Al-Bukhari narrated in his Sahih on the authority of Abu Sa'id al-Khudri, may Allah be pleased with him, that he heard the Prophet, may Allah bless him and grant him peace, saying, "A man transgressed against himself by committing sins and abominations until he killed 100 souls, and despite all the sins he had done, the sins did not remove from his heart the desires for good. So he went out of his house in search for a scholar who would issue fatwas and open the doors of regret and repentance to him. He was pointed to a monk who was known for his abundance and worship and his knowledge. So he told him what he had done. It despaired him for the mercy of Allah, and the man became more and more reckless after he was told that the repentance is being veiled from him. And the man despaired of the mercy of Allah, so he killed the monk to complete the 100. However, he didn't give up and was not convinced by what the monk said, so the man had great hope in Allah Almighty. So he asked again about the most knowledgeable man on earth, and this time he was pointed to a man who was not just a scholar, he was a real scholar. If he had repentance after all he had done, the scholar said to him astonishingly, "Who is standing between you and repentance? The door of repentance is open, and Allah Almighty and His mercy encompasses everything. No sin is great upon Allah, no matter how great and great it is. That the door of repentance is being open wasn't enough? Rather, He showed him the way that leads to it, and told him to change his way of life, and that he should leave the environment that reminds him of disobedience, and urged him to do so, and leave the bad company that helped him to be more corrupted, and migrates to another land in which there were righteous people who worship Allah Almighty." The man was honest when he asked for repentance as he went out to go to the land. When he reached the middle of the road, his time came and his hour approached, and because of this strong desire for repentance, he distanced his chest towards the good land while he was taking his last breath. So the angels of mercy and the angels of torment argued about it, each of them wanting to take his soul. So the angels of torment said, "He killed 100 souls and he never did good." And the angels of mercy said, "He has repented to Allah and to try to reach closer." A human being, imaged angle, was sent by Allah, and he commanded them to measure what is between the two lands, and the land of injustice and corruption, and the land of the righteous people. So Allah commanded the land of goodness and righteousness to move closer, and the land of evil and corruption to move further. So they found it as an inch closer to the land of the righteous. So the angels of mercy took charge of his command, and Allah forgave him for all his sins. The story opens the doors of hope for every sinner and shows the vastness of Allah's mercy and His acceptance of the repentance no matter how great the sins were. As Allah said, "O my servants who have exceeded the limits against their souls, do not lose hope in Allah's mercy, for Allah certainly forgives all sins. He is indeed the all-forgiving, most merciful."